Never stop learning. I think that's probably the key point, which is, again, such entrepreneurial cliches, but you have to do it. And when you think you know something, then it's time to cash it in. And another time that went through this is I hired a salesperson. He was with me for 2 or 3 months, seemed to be doing okay, and I kind of pulled back on my cold calling and prospecting. Well, 6 months later, I realized he wasn't the right fit, and I had to start getting into it again, but I'd lost all that time. And I promised myself that A, I'd never stop selling, and B, I wouldn't stop cold calling and prospecting until I had a formidable sales team that losing one person wouldn't be self-destructive. And that took me for probably a half dozen years until I felt comfortable to really pull back a little bit on the sales side and focus on growing the business. And there's an expression that we use in a lot of entrepreneurial and executive level meetings. It's, are you working in the business or are you working on the business? And when you're taking every call from everybody all the time, you're working in the business. And number one, what it does is it makes your staff think that you need to be the one that can make a decision and control everything. And number two, it doesn't develop them. And I think the ability for me to delegate and say, you know what, you're going to handle this. To my CFO, you're going to work with the attorneys. To my HR director, you're going to work with the employment law firm on an issue. And being able to say, what would you do if you can't get a hold of me? And then, but it's also, for my belief, I'm a big believer in developing my team, is that after the fact, I want to hear what they did and how they handled it and coach them on where they could have done it differently, because delegation, things are going to be handled differently. The key is making sure that nothing negatively impacts the business as a result of that different course of action.